What's up guys, Bo here, YankiRides. Today in the world of wonderful and wacky, we're visiting a memorial to the idea of knowing something before you lash out against it. But there's a little more to the story than that. But before we get into that, I want to talk about how we got here and why we're here instead of out on some dusty road. I figured I'd talk about what this video is. And to talk about that, I'm going to talk about what motorcycling is to me. A lot of you guys may or may not know, I bought this Tiger 900 Rally specifically for off-road and adventure riding. But if I'm going to be 100% honest, I'm not going to be able to do dirt every single weekend. I just don't live close enough to make that feasible. So I got to thinking, what can I do to fill the time? And that got me thinking about why I ride a motorcycle. But for me, it is about the destination and not the journey. I know that's kind of corny, but let me explain. I don't ride motorcycles because they're fun. They are fun, but that's not why I ride them. This is just the most optimal tool for me to get the things done that I like to do. I ride motorcycles because of where they take you and who you meet on them. And yeah, sometimes the trip there is really awesome, but for the most part, it's things like this, like going to see a thing. And to get there, I'm on this motorcycle. Since I have some extra free time on my hands, I thought I would take the opportunity to check out a few of the roadside attractions, weird and wonderful places around me that I've been meaning to get to and I haven't. So today, that's what we're doing. Okay, today we're at Autrey Mill Nature Preserve, which is in Johns Creek. Specifically, we're at the park and we're going to visit today. I don't think I could say the whole name on YouTube, so we're just going to call it the Monkey Memorial. It's got a pretty interesting little story. It's not a long one or anything like that, but as soon as I saw it, I decided, I was like, well, that's going on the list. So we're going to go and see if we can find out where it is. Like, this is not just a place for this. It has this memorial here, but it's a nature preserve, so there's like trails and little parks and little visitor centers. We're going to check a little bit of that out and then head towards this very unique art installation. So let's go check it out. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm going backwards on this trail because it's not that far in. But behind me are these little guys. The story is that some 80 years ago, there was a circus train that derailed and the monkeys escaped. Now, we're out in Johns Creek, which at that time would have been very, very, very rural. It would have had mostly farmers. So the story goes, train derailed, monkeys escaped, ran up into the trees, and these poor dumb farmers didn't know what monkeys were and they were scared. And so they shot every single one of them. When I first read that, I was like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the whole story. And it's not. It's not as sinister as you might think when you're like, oh, that's not the real reason. But after I looked into it, the real story is this. In 1817, circus train did derail. But it derailed because it had collided with another train. Train caught on fire, monkeys escaped, ran up into the trees, and in order to not have them interfere with the rescue operation, the circus staff decided to shoot every single one of them. That accident had like 25 people passed away. The train was on fire, so I feel like there could have been many other solutions to that problem, but that's what happened. Now, the artist who made these little statues, it made them as kind of a warning. Just because you don't know something doesn't mean you have to kill it. And I think while it's something that you should be reminded of, I just think it's weird that you made these from like as a message to something that didn't happen. I just find this so fascinating. Also, the photos online, I thought there was going to be a lot more. There are 7 of these little statues sitting around. The photos made it look like there was a lot more. I'm getting a very Ripley's Believe It or Not kind of vibe right now. I went to Ripley's Believe It or Not, the original in St. Augustine with my wife, and I was so excited because as a kid I loved Ripley's. And I was reminded of how easily entertained children are when I got there. But this is cool. I think the real story is much more interesting than the one that these were supposedly made of. But that's not the only thing here. This is a nature preserve. There's, you know, some trails and stuff. This particular trail, I believe, is like a third of a mile. So I'm gonna check it out. Like I said, this is Autrey Mill Nature Preserve, and so far, it's really nice. It's a nice, quiet, little, chill little spot. Not a lot of people here. There's a few things around, some signs about like what kind of trees and animals and stuff are around. So I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna run the GoPro a little bit out there just to see what is out there. Alright, so the monkeys were interesting, but the real draw is these trails. Yeah, don't let the sweat fool you. These aren't difficult at all. And if I think about moving too much, I start sweating. This is a really nice little trail. It's a nice, quiet. The map's a little goofy, but I look at the map, I look at my compass, I can kind of generally tell which way I'm going. This was surprising. I was not expecting this. This is the real deal. Like, I saw this monkey memorial on a list of interesting things to go see, and not one of them mentioned that it is in this gorgeous nature preserve. Autrey Mill Nature Preserve. Put it on your list. It's really nice. So cool. All right, Johns Creek. Alright guys, well that was the monkey memorial, but more specifically it was the Autrey Mill Nature Preserve. This is a wonderful little spot. If you're visiting Georgia and you're near Johns Creek, or you live in Johns Creek and you've never been, you should check it out. They also have lots of information about how to support. There's like QR codes all around here. This is a pretty cool little spot. I didn't expect what I have here in front of me. I expected to see much more monkeys, first off, but I thought that was going to be it, and then there was like a little park area, but no. There's also so many more trails that I didn't go on. The little map shows you they wind around. There's like 10 or 11 different trails, and some of them converge together, so highly recommend checking this place out. It's pretty cool. That'll do it for today, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe out there.